for fuck's sake. Hello and welcome to 360 Gamercast, episode 137 for Tuesday, the 27th of September 2022. I'm your host, Mark Webb, gamertag, Pearson ID, Steam ID, Webby, 360G, and joining me on this very fine evening is...
I'm herding cows right now. It's Nick Fights.
And I'm just here, Sensei Switch.
I'm shooting Noobensteins on Modern Warfare 2 Beta.
Ooh,
Isn't that
we're playing
nice?
that on PlayStation or PC?
PC for the win, baby!
Is Xbox isn't until next week, is it?
No, Xbox has been on this week as well.
No, I haven't had my email from Sky yet, wankers.
Well, it's open to everyone now.
Oh.
Yeah, you got another day. It finishes tomorrow evening, mate. So,
Nah,
Same
I've
as
only
the
just
one
bought,
on
only just
demo.
bought Vanguard yesterday, so...
oh, did you?
Yeah, it was like 15 quid in Asda for the Series X version, so I'm like,
You're only a year too late, mate.
no, everyone else is a year early.
Well, if you're up for some zombies at some point, I'm more than happy to have a game of it with you.
That's not in the new one, is it?
No, it's not. No, because they normally only do the zombies in the Treyarch ones, don't they? So, but yeah, the Modern Warfare 2 beta is really good. So I mentioned it last week that I've been playing it on the PlayStation, and I had a little moan about the controller, and it's still valid. But yeah, I've been playing it on the PC a shitload. Luckily, obviously, the your Activision account just carries over to whatever platform you're playing it on. So my level 15 carried over to the PC version, and I've now maxed out my characters. I'm level 30, which means I get to carry over a cool gun and a cool skin to the main game. Aren't I a lucky boy? So that's cool. But yeah, I'm really enjoying the game, actually. They've added some new maps this week and some new game modes as well, which is really good. So just talk about them very quickly. So they've got so they added Search and Destroy, which is your classic Search and Destroy, which is great. They've got a knockout mode where basically you've got to eliminate the opposing team or hold a package to win. So there's one package in the middle, so one team needs to either grab it and hold it until the time runs out, or you just kill everybody. And then they've got Invasion, which we talked about last week, which is just a giant map, 40 players, and AI, and it's just deathmatch, team deathmatch. But then they've added a new mode, which is 64 player, called Ground War, and I'm pretty sure Ground War's been in previous CODs, but it's basically like Battlefield. It's got vehicles in it, like helicopters and tanks and shit, and there's like 5 points to capture. It's basically Conquest on Battlefield.
Someone was saying that the new COD sort of feels like a weird Battlefield hybrid.
Yeah, for that mode it will do, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really pleased I'm going to be picking it up. I will say, though, and excuse me, I'm trying not to sound like a snob, but so much better on PC, mate. It just feels like, obviously, because I've got the higher frame rate on the PC, running at a solid 165 FPS, it just, obviously, there's just that smoothness compared to the 60 on the PlayStation 5. Graphics look a hell of a lot better as well than on the PS5. Also, I have been playing it with a mouse and keyboard and with controller, like quite a lot on both input devices. Now, keyboard and mouse is great. I really enjoy it because you're really fucking fast. But I think that the Call of Duty games, they're really console, like they were originally made for consoles, right? For controllers. So I actually have been playing it probably more with my Xbox controller. Now I've been using my Xbox One controller that I had made on the Design Lab years ago, and it just feels so perfect with Call of Duty. just because like I mean, I think the Xbox controllers as a whole are just really great for first-person shooters anyway. So yeah, it does feel spot on. So I think Xbox players are going to be really happy with COD. But again, with the mouse and keyboard, it's really, really good. It feels solid as well. But I just like kicking back and playing with a controller a lot of the time on some of these games. So that's cool. But the crossplay is working really well on this as well. So the whole beta's crossplay between all the platforms, PC, PlayStation, and Xbox. I haven't seen any issue at all in the beta, to be honest. I mean, I've had a few crashes of it on the PC, but I think that's just kind of expected in a beta. But yeah, it's a really good game, man. I really, really like it. To be honest, I'm a little bit hooked on it. I mean, even though I've maxed out to rank 30, I'm still playing it quite a bit. Just obviously because I know the beta's going to run out tomorrow, but it's just really enjoyable because, you know, you've got all the different game modes, as I've mentioned, and I've been playing it with a few people in the community, like my next door neighbour Gav and a few other people as well, which has been really good. So it just feels like it's got the community back playing the same game again at the moment, which is really nice. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and obviously I really like Vanguard, but I like the Modern Warfares more because of obviously you got the modern weapons, right? So like your modern assault rifles, stuff like that, but also your rocket launchers. Like I really enjoy shooting out the sky the UAVs that the enemy team put on. So you have your rocket launcher and it locks on and you fire it. Yeah, so I'm really happy with it. I can't wait for it to come out properly next month, and I do think I'm going to be on this fucking shitloads. I really do. So, any of you two guys going to be picking this up?
No, maybe in 12 months when it's 15 quid.
Oh, I know what you're like. Yeah, the COD games normally never drop to that cheap. I mean, I know like with this one as well, it's because there isn't going to be one next year, isn't it? They're going to a 2-year cycle on the Call of Duties now, aren't they?
Oh, there's no rush to get it then.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Warzone 2.0 is coming out in November, so a month after this comes out. So I know a lot of people will be on Warzone 2.0. I'm not really sure how that's going to be working because I think you're going to have the original Warzone and 2.0 both running, which is I just find that really odd. But yeah, really looking forward to this game. It's better than I thought it was going to be. Kill. Nick?
Yep.
What have you been playing, my man?
Oh, I've played like 4 games this week. I've been really busy.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's super awesome, mate.
Yeah, so first one, I finished Red Dead 2. I finished that on Monday. It only took me like 4 or 5 hours because I was on the prologue one with John Marston. I think that took me about 8 hours to do that.
Okay.
Because I thought it was on. But yeah, I really enjoyed that. I think that is probably one of the best games I've ever played. Like that. I mean,
it's good, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it is really good.
The only thing that lets it down really is just the controls are a little bit finicky.
Like, I can't really remember. It's been so long, mate.
Yeah, it's like you walk up to someone, it's like, oh, press L trigger to talk to them. Oh, I've shot him in the face. Whoops. Well, that's the end of that mission. Because there's a few of those people I had. I was like, oh, go up and talk to this guy. There was a blind guy or something, and you had to like go up and talk to him. Like I said, I was like, oh, which button is talk? You hold the trigger and then press another button. And like I say, shot him in the face. I mean, he didn't see it coming, so you know, at least that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just really good. I mean, it was really long as well.
So she said, whoop, whoop.
Yeah. I must have played for like 60, nearly 70 hours.
Wow.
Because like I said, there weren't any real decent fast travel, but you know, it's really good. Like, but it ended sort of the same way. I like how it ended, how it finished, because you went back up into like the snowy area to chase after Micah, who for some reason we kept forgetting his name, so we kept calling him Shit Brad Pitt. So we had to go and get him. And then obviously, spoilers for the, Dutch sort of shows up as well. So it's like, ooh, and I had one of those standoff bits, and I'm like, I don't know, I'll shoot them both. And it's like, nope, you're not allowed to shoot both of them. You've just got to shoot the first one. So I'm like, oh, all right then. And he killed him, and then got loads of gold and went back to my farm and had a happy ending. So I'm pretty sure, John Marston and his family will live happily ever after. I think.
Awesome news, mate.
Yep. So that's done. So you maybe guess what I'm playing after that, but I'll say that after Switch's games.
Fair dingles, mate.
Yep. First one I've played will probably be more Soul Hackers 2, which I'm still plodding my way through.
Nice, mate. Nice.
Still enjoying it. Still have the same sort of slight gripe that I had about it before, with some of the dungeons just feeling like they go on for far too long.
Okay.
So it's mainly like the character interactions and the presentation and all that kind of stuff I like more than sort of doing the dungeon bits. Especially, I will say, like I said before, you go into the like the characters' memories dungeons, and it's all very much like just blocks floating around in space.
Weird.
Pretty much. And you'll do those for hours.
Wow. It's a long game then, isn't it? Like a normal JRPG, it's a long ass game.
It's going to be like a 30 or 40 hour game, but I'm just sort of doing it in a couple of hour spurts here and there.
Yeah.
Like trying to mix it up, and I have started sort of just like I'll play that day, I'll put a bit that day, and then other days I'll put something else on to obviously make it not feel so chore-ish in a sense.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
It's still a really good game. It's just a shame about those sort of aspects, because, like I say, they kind of go on for a long old time.
Yeah.
And you've also got major annoyance quite early on. Is you will need to have like items that restore your character's like magic.
Okay.
More than anything else, that's pretty much the one thing I constantly run out of is MP.
Oh, how annoying.
And the only way to really get MP back is to leave dungeons and go back to your safe house and rest.
Ah, for fuck's sake. I hate it when RPGs do that shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, a couple of my characters now have got pretty cool moves where when you go into the Soul Matrix, that's it, to basically do their backstory stuff, they will learn abilities, and a couple of them now have abilities where when they kill an enemy with magic, they get a load of magic back based on how many enemies killed and the damage that was done.
Okay.
So the characters that have those generally don't run out of magic, but the other ones will do. And there's only a couple of items you can get to give you slight bits of magic back.
Okay.
And they're like limited purchases in the shop. Like, you can't just buy a load of them. It only allows you to buy one, and then they're out of stock.
Oh, for fuck's sake! What's going on with this game then?
Okay. I think it's just that aspect.
Yeah.
So yeah, you do find yourself running out of MP quite a bit. I mean, you can use your normal attacks, but if you're using your demons, using any of your demons' abilities and stuff will always cost magic points.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah.
Is it is the fights hard on it, or is it turn based?
As far as I'm aware. Yes, it's turn based. I mean, you do get much harder versions of fights.
Right.
Where when you're going around dungeons, you'll get enemies that will appear and wander about.
Yeah.
Which you can then like attack with your sword, and then get like a, what do you call it, first strike or whatever it is going into the combat. And then there's other ones that appear that are kind of purple. And they're like levels above you. I mean levels above you.
Oh, wow.
They yield really good rewards and really good XP for doing them. Now, back when I first started playing the game, I'd do those all the time. They weren't actually too bad. But now, as you get further in,
Yeah.
they become really shitty, where they're just like, right, we'll have 5 enemies, we'll all pick on one character to do our move on,
Oh,
and it
fucking
will
hell,
like
yeah.
that annoyance, and
Yeah.
then you'll get another move where it's like, oh, I'll heal myself, and then I'll put that person to sleep, and depending on what magics you've got,
Yeah.
they might be like receptive to certain attacks. So if you did lightning, they might reflect the lightning back at you,
Yeah.
or if you do lightning on them, they might heal from it and stuff.
Yeah.
And that aspect to it, when you obviously punch in like up an enemy that's 10 levels above you or something,
Yeah.
gets really annoying, because you can go through all of your character's moves plus the turn move at the end, and you've only taken off half a health bar off one of maybe 5 enemies.
Oh, fucking hell.
And then they'll get all their turns, and like one of yours is virtually on the brink, and they've completely healed themselves back up to top, and you're like, this is going well. And you've used obviously your ability for again, the main character can learn abilities that allow you to like get double stacks for your demon
Oh,
attacks.
okay.
If you hit an enemy with a weakness, you'll get a stack. If you use a certain ability, you'll get like a double stack, and then obviously later on you can get double stacks and triples and stuff for hitting enemies with vulnerabilities with certain elementals and stuff. So
Yeah. Okay.
but yeah, whenever you fight a level 10 version or one of the very higher versions of the enemies you've already fought, their
Yeah.
weaknesses and stats and stuff are completely different from the other versions you fight. So you never know what they're weak against or what they're strong against.
Right, okay.
So it's very much a risk reward. Like I said early on, pretty simple. They're worth doing. There's a trophy stroke achievement and stuff for doing that. But
Yeah.
later on, they get extremely frustrating to the point where, like, sometimes when I bump into them, I'll give it a couple of rounds, and then I'll just end up like, no, I'll just leave, and then I'll reload the save file, because I
All
can't be
right.
bothered to have wasted all the MP and stuff from going through it. Because you'll be in some fights, and you can just tell within a few turns of like, this is unwinnable.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
To listen to the rest of this week's awesome episode, you need to subscribe to the Patreon. So head on over to patreon.com/360gamercast, and for as little as £5 a month, you get to listen to a show every single week. And this week's show is about 2 hours long, so you don't want to miss out on the awesome discussions between myself, Darren, and Nick. So head on over again, the website patreon.com/360gamercast.